Ready to go. Stepping in the long ball threat, Stan Musial.
The left fielder, Stan Musial.
And a pitch. There's a strike.
0-1.
And a swing and a miss there.
No balls, 2 strikes.
The pitch. Struck him out looking.
Batting second, the center.
And now, Jackson Merrill.
Jackson Merrill.
And a foul ball. There's a swing and a miss.
That pitch started in and ended up on the outside edge. Just changing planes and very difficult, especially for a left-handed hitter to track.
Next offering misses, and that's ball 1. Wouldn't chase that time. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Batting third, the shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Adalberto Mondesi up to the plate. 2 outs, base is empty. Next pitch is downstairs. In the air, left side. That's a hit. The throw in, trying to wiggle out of a rundown now. Wide throw, and it gets away. And he'll pull into second with 2 gone.
Well, those kind of lucky soft hits will always make you smile. Really not a pitch you want to swing at if you don't have to, because it's almost impossible to hit anything that far inside with any type of authority.
Runner takes off. Doyle drifts towards it and makes the play, and that's out number 3. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And here's the first baseman, Buck O'Neil. And a pitch. Swings through that.
0-1's the count.
Oh, 2 now. Mondesi zips it to first, and a quick out number 1. So with 1 down, it'll bring up Fernando Tatis Jr. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses. Got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. Outside low, ball 1.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues. Them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
The wind of the pitch. That one not close. 2-1. And there's a ball.
1 strike.
And he couldn't come up with it.
You know, I think he's okay with that outcome. It wasn't an intentional walk, but he wasn't exactly trying to attack the zone either.
Ellie De La Cruz now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
If you were an average catcher behind the plate, I'd say take second base, but this isn't a catcher you want to run on. His quick release is unreal.
Castro makes his way towards it, drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down.
He's safe.
Save. So first and second with 1 man gone. Brenton Doyle will hit next. Swing and a miss, strike one.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Right through there for a strike. It misses. It's a strikeout. Now it's Devers at the plate. Double steal. And Devers hits that one. And Devers is set down. And that will end the inning. New inning getting started. Now it's the power speed combo. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
I love the fact that we've seen both Vladimir Guerrero and Vladdy Jr. win the home run derby. They're the first father-son duo to ever win it. Vladdy back in 2007 and Vladdy Jr. in 2023. Even though his dad didn't give him any advice for the event other than to go out there and hit home runs.
And Guerrero is set down. And there's one down. And now it is JT Realmuto. And he's the home run leader on this team, Singy. Swings and misses. And it's 0-1. Donaldson, he has a reputation, I don't know, maybe a knack for working himself out of tough situations that he finds himself in. You know, you like that in a relief pitcher, but when you have it for a starting pitcher, a guy that can get out of a tight spot, that is pretty valuable. Swings through that one. It's a strikeout. 2 outs, base is empty. This is Willie Castro, a switch hitter batting right. Swing and a miss.
0-1.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
No ball.
This lineup's going to have to find a way to make him work a little harder out there on the mound. I mean, he is just mowing them down. He's settling in. You got him.
Swings and misses. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3. Back here at Lone Depot Park, bottom of the second. And now Teoscar Hernandez. And a pitch. A swing and a miss, and that's strike one. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Kicks and fires. The punch out there, and that's the first out.
Batting 7.
Now at the plate, Jorge Posada. Fastball for a strike. 0-1. 1 out, base is empty. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
0-2 is the count.
The pitch. Got him. And there is another strikeout. Now it's Paul DeYoung up to the plate. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Second inning here, no score. Down on strikes he goes. The big righty strikes out the side. All set for the start of the inning. And now Trevor Story. Donaldson back to work. Story measures 6 feet 2 inches in the 8th spot in today's lineup. Usually a shortstop, but today he's starting at second base. Strike 2.
Well, the one thing he'll find is that a lot of the time the play is to your back. You're moving to your right. You've got to throw back to first base. That's the difference between shortstop and second. You're usually moving into the play at shortstop. Second base, not so much.
Fires over to first. Leadoff man retired here in the 3rd. Jorge Posada getting ready to hit.
Jorge Posada.
That ball's foul.
This to center field. De La Cruz on the move and makes the grab. 2 up, 2 down. Stan Musial digs in now. Led off the game with a strikeout. That misses the zone. 1-0.
Starts him with the breaking ball, but that's a pitch he's really comfortable hitting. You can't rely on breaking stuff to be automatic out pitches against him.
DeYoung throws to first in time, and they get Musial for the out. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. And we're back. Bottom of the inning. Here's Trevor Story.
Designated hitter.
Now the right-hander ready to go. Still no score. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
0-1's the count.
And that is cut on and missed. And it's
No
0-2.
He got away with one there, but he knows he can't go into that spot very often against a guy like this.
And a swing and a miss. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off. Back to the top of the lineup. Buck O'Neil digging in now. Grounded out to short in his first trip. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And that gives him a lead. It's 1-0. Base is empty, 1 away. Now it's Fernando Tatis Jr. Walked his first time. And a good fastball to start him off. That's strike 1.
0-1.
Mondesi. Over to first. And they take care of Tatis for the out. 2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in is the switch hitting shortstop, Ellie De La Cruz. And he's already singled in this game. Swing and a ball hammered left field. Musial ranging back. Out of here. He circles the bases. It's their second home run of the inning. It's 2-0. 2 outs, nobody on. And now Brenton Doyle. His first at bat was a strikeout. Swing and a ball hit out towards left center field. Merrill makes the catch. And that's the inning. Back here in Miami, on to the 4th. Now the number 2 hitter, Jackson Merrill. Donaldson back to work. Devers whips it across. That's the first out in the top of the 4th. Stepping in, the slugging shortstop, Adalberto Mondesi. There's a strike.
Boog, over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
Right through there for a strike. Base is empty, 1 away. Top half of inning number 4. The shortstop takes the ball. Hit high in the air. There it goes. See ya. gigantic blast. It's 2-1. So digging in, Chipper Jones. Outside low, and that is ball 1. One down, base is empty. Swings through that one.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And now 2-2. And the pitch. Fouls it back with 2 strikes. Got him swinging.
Now batting. The first
Here's
baseman,
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 0 for 1 so far. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., that swing so reminiscent of his dad.
Ball
Lots of pop. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Gets him to chase after that one.
1 ball, 1
no
strike.
fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just kind of have to tip your cap on that pitch.
DeYoung snags it, and that'll do it. And welcome back to the ballpark. Bottom 4, and here is Devers.
Rafael Devers.
The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Something I'm noticing in this one is that these hitters are aggressive early in the count. It makes you wonder if that was talked about in the hitters meeting before this game started.
Swing and a miss, and he was fooled. Swings through it for the K. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3. Here's Teoscar Hernandez.
No left fielder. Teoscar Hernandez.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1.
0-1.
Gets it to first, and Hernandez is out. And now the catcher comes up to hit. Jorge Posada. He was a strikeout victim his first time. Left field. Musial chases after it. Squeezes it. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. Back here at Lone Depot Park. And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. The wide to kick the pitch. And a swing and a miss.
You know, this group of hitters definitely being aggressive at the plate, but I think it's fair to wonder if they're being a little over-aggressive. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
Next offering down low and in the dirt.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
Throws across the diamond, and the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. So up next, Willie Castro.
Willie Castro.
Bunt attempt, popped up. Devers snags it for the 2nd out. Well, he gave the bunt a shot there, but not able to execute.
Yeah, I think he rushed it a little bit, and when guys rush, it can be a pop-up or it can be bunted right back at a position player.
And it's into the gap. Now he'll turn for second. And now the tying run is into scoring position. Here's Jorge Posada now with a man in scoring position. Little chopper rolls foul. Man at second.
Ball 1.
Well, this is such a tough offense. That pitcher needs those pitches called for strikes. You don't want to give these hitters any more advantage. They're already bruisers.
Ball, that pitch is
And
out.
another ball.
As a pitcher, you know the runner on second is ready to push things with his speed. A base hit's probably going to be a big run, so you really have to execute on the mound.
2 outs. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. And he deals. And that's off the inside edge. Full count, 3-2. He's under it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the 3rd out. And we're back. Now here is Paul DeYoung,
the second baseman. Paul DeYoung. Now pitching, Nolan Ryan.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1.
0-1.
And that one fouled off. And the right-hander deals. Pumping serious gas at 102 on that one.
Now batting, the designated
Here's
hitter,
Trevor Story now.
Trevor
Struck out swinging his first time. Late on that fastball.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Oh, he doesn't get the call. And it's 1-1. The 1-1 is fouled off. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. Got him. Two gone after the strikeout. So the batting order turns over at the plate. Buck O'Neil. He's already homered in this game. That's a bullet, but it goes foul. Makes his way towards it. Brings it in. And that is that. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now the left fielder, Stan Musial. The wind and the pitch. Out in front with the swing, and that is strike 1. That one at triple digits.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
Out to short. Tosses to first. And that's 1 out as they get the leadoff hitter in the 6th. And now the center fielder, Jackson Merrill. Merrill goes 6 feet 3 inches, only 20 years old. A former first-round pick in 2021. Wouldn't chase that time.
2-0 count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Base is empty, 1 away, and we're in the top half of the 6th. And now it's even up.
Just an outstanding job of spinning the baseball, moving it around, doing what he does.
Struck him out. He says, I don't care about draft rounds. Take a seat. Adalberto Mondesi now at the plate. He's already homered here in this one. And first offering is fouled off.
I'm impressed by the number of first pitch strikes. He's not afraid of contact. Some guys, they'll nibble just because they don't want to get hit hard. That's not what we're seeing here.
Donaldson delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Bottom of the 6th inning. And the batter will be Fernando Tatis Jr. Fernando Tatis Jr. signed by the White Sox 2015 for $700,000. And then eventually moved in the James Shields trade in June of 2016. He was late there. Strike one.
It might be time to choke up a little bit. Get that front foot down early. Maybe even just spread out. He's really late right now.
Now 1-1.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Good eye right there. Late that time, and it's strike 2. Tatis waits. There's a swing and a drive. Castro going back on this one. Gone! He sends it out of here. And they add on. It's 3-1. So digging in, Ellie De La Cruz.
Part of the order coming through now, and with 1 home run already in this inning, they're definitely looking to do some more damage.
The shortstop takes the ball. Nobody on, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 6th.
I want to start that load a little bit sooner because of the good velo.
And a 1-1. Swing and a miss, and 1-0-2 on the radar gun. That's down on strikes. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Brenton Doyle. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. Outside low, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss as he was late.
Man, he was really tardy on that fastball. Great job of setting him up by throwing the curveball. Add some velocity to it on the next pitch. Can't catch up.
Swings and misses. 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
The batter, the third baseman,
Rafael Devers up to hit. Sing, you talk about a guy that has all the skills. The range is really good, but the arm just stands out, and he makes all the plays. And first offering is fouled off.
And because of that big power arm, he's able to play a little bit deeper, make throws from the outfield grass all the way across the diamond, and still get a pretty good runner. That's impressive.
2 down, nobody on. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. Fights it off, he'll see another.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Right-handed reliever. And a swing and a miss. And that's that. Top of inning number 7. Now it's going to be Chipper Jones.
Chipper Jones.
The wind of the pitch. Bounding ball here. Rolls foul. Kicks and deals. And he swings through that one.
Man, 91
No ball,
on the
2 strikes.
slider right there. That's a hard one. That's a low-end fastball for some pitchers.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
This lineup is having a tough time finding a good rhythm at the plate. Their swings are disjointed, which tells me they're having issues with pitch recognition.
And now the lefty. It gets down, base hit.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
Real Muto swings through it for strike one. Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
No balls, 2
With
strikes.
2 strikes, may see some movement over there at first base, trying to stay out of the double play right here.
Got him. Now 2 away. Now it's the switch-hitting outfielder, Willie Castro. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite-level speed, but peak runner on the go. Pitch in the dirt. Throw to second. Out there. And that ends the inning. Back here in Miami, here's the left fielder, Teoscar Hernandez.
Teoscar Hernandez.
The right-hander back to work. Swinging a foul straight back. Started to swing, held up. Swings and misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Righty to the plate. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. On the move. 1 away. Here's the catcher to hit. Jorge Posada.
Jorge Posada.
Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did.
0-1's the count.
Up and in, and the count even 1-1. And another ball.
1 strike.
Fouls one off out of play. Back to our left. Spoils that one, and it remains 2-2. One down, base is empty. Stays alive. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Now batting, second baseman.
2 outs, base is empty. Now it's the second baseman, Paul DeYoung, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. 2 down, nobody on. Here at the bottom of the 7th. Swings through that one for strike 1.
Ooh,
1 ball, 1
Baez.
strike.
You got to remember to take the donut off the bat, partner.
Right-hander kicks, deals.
2-1.
And it is 2-1. Swing and a miss. That one at
2 balls, 2
1-0-1.
strikes.
Well, and those hitters count. Sometimes can be a little too aggressive, and a good pitcher will play off of that. He's got to get...
Threw it by him. A swing and a miss at the fastball to end the inning. And welcome back to the ballpark. At the top of the 8th, now it's the right fielder, Willie Castro. First offering, and it just misses.
Well, he's so great about hitting the ball the other way. He gets those arms extended. So right there, just trying to straighten him up a little bit so he doesn't have as much outside plate coverage.
Ball to strike. Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
He has a tendency to chase out of the zone, and that slider that's down, that's one of his money pitches to get that swing and miss.
Called strike 3 on the fastball, and that ran back over the other half. Trevor Story comes up to the plate, 1 for 2. Swings through that one out in front that time. Swing and a miss at 100 miles an hour. And the 0-2. Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Nasty forkball for strike 3. So 2 down now, and here is Jorge Posada. He's a catcher by trade, but the DH here in this one. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a nice inning of work there as he... On to the bottom of the 8th. Now it's the DH, Trevor Story. Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Puts a bunt down. Guerrero. The tag, and he's out. So the lineup flips over. And now the first baseman, Buck O'Neil. 1 for 3. First pitch misses.
Counts 1-0.
Bases empty, 1 away. Here, the bottom half of the 8th inning. Lays down a bunt to the right side. Here's the tag, and he's out. Fernando Tatis Jr. to hit here. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And there's a foul ball. Started after the 0-1 pitch, and now a check down to first. And Matthew Ross right on it, says he held up. 2 outs. 1-on-1 on the gun, swing and a miss.
One ball,
a solid inning so far in relief. Getting them through this inning only down 2 could give their lineup a real opportunity to just grind their way back into this game with the few outs that they have left.
Fires over to Guerrero. Out number 3. Back here at Lone Depot Park. Now the left fielder, Stan Musial. Donaldson back to work. Got it started a little too early. Strike 1.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, but the defense worked behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
Next one is off the plate. Going to count 1 and 2. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
And first offering is fouled off. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul ball, still 0-2. Just misses with that one.
It's a good take.
And it's even up.
Talk about the right guy at the right spot. They really need a rally. And this guy is someone you can believe in to find a way to get on base.
Go.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout. So it's their last chance in this one. And the batter will be the shortstop, Adalberto Mondesi. Swinging a foul over the screen and back out of play. 2 down, nobody on. Lifted in the air, right center field. Tatis drifts towards it. And that'll do it.
Well, a 3-pitch save. This guy might feel cheated a little bit. Gets in the ball game, wants to show off his arsenal, and really didn't get that opportunity. But I think he'll take it. Whenever you can get that save and do it efficiently, he'll be ready.
Thanks for joining us. We're going to be treated to a gorgeous day for baseball on the show. It's the New York Mets going up against the New York Yankees. And we'll be back with the first pitch right after this. Okay, all set to go. Digging in, Mike Trout.
Number 27, Mike Trout.
And a pitch. Swings and lines a base hit into left field. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting second. The second baseman.
And next for the Mets, Otto Lopez. Now a screamer into the outfield. And out number 1 on the grab. So here's Brown at the plate.
The left fielder, Seth Brown.
Step off, throw to first. Back standing. He's in there safely.
Base runner with a one-way lead right there. All he's trying to do is get a look at the pitcher's move. Had no intent of stealing on that pitch.
And a sac bunt here. Now the throw to first on the run. On target. He got him. Nice play.
There was a time where that sac bunt was just ho-hum. Very basic, but is increasingly difficult as it's become to get bunts down in the big leagues. Nice job right there.
This one chopped on the ground, but foul. The pitch. And a foul ball. 0-2 now. Got it by him for the K. And stepping in for the Yankees, Derek Jeter. Singing, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
That misses. Two balls, no strikes.
Not showing great command so far in this at-bat. 2-0 count. He's got to execute here, or this could get ugly.
And here it comes. This looks like extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Jared Kellner stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And that one handled. Throws to first. One gone, bottom half of the first. Here's the catcher.
The goal is to give your teammate a chance to score from third. There's a few ways he can get it done, but his best chance is to drive one in the air. Look for the right.
1-0.
That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Two balls, no strikes.
This one in the dirt, and well done to keep it close. One away with a runner at third here in the third and final game of the series. Trout on his horse. Grabs it on the run. That's out number 2.
Batting fourth.
And Alberto Mondesi up to the plate. Pretty amazing athlete this guy is. Power and speed, quite a threat. I mean, you're talking about someone that could steal you a bag and go deep. Bo Jackson, anyone? Lopez pulls it down, and that is that. Back at Yankee Stadium, here's the veteran first baseman, Anthony Rizzo.
You know, Boog, from time to time, players mix up their routine if things aren't going their way, and Rizzo is no exception. When he was in a slump in 2023, he changed his walk-up music to Taylor Swift. No bad blood there because it worked. He went 4 for 4 and hit his first home run in over a month. He even gave credit to Swift after the game.
At the belt and fires. And that one is lifted in the air. Rizzo out of the play. One down. Jace Young up now for the Mets.
The third baseman, Jace Young.
First pitch doesn't find the zone. No score here in the second. Foul ball. One down, base is empty. Swing and a base hit.
Showed a willingness to drive that pitch the opposite way. Didn't get jumpy, didn't try to pull the ball, let it get deep, took the barrel right to it, and then extended through the swing for the line drive base hit.
Austin Wells in the box with one away as he takes ball one. The bit behind with that swing. It's strike one.
I think he was sitting off speed there.
The pitch. Line drive. Makes the catch for the out.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
On the ground. Newman to first in time. And that is the inning. We head to the bottom of the second. Stepping in, Justin Dean.
The right fielder, Justin Dean.
And the right-hander back to work. A little out front there as he swings through it.
Well, there's a certain point where you have to commit to what you think you see, and he guessed wrong right there. Nasty slider with just terrific bite at the end.
Here's a 1-1. Slice the other way and foul. Hits and misses. It's a strikeout. The batter now, Kevin Newman. Fly ball down the line, and that's a foul ball. One out, base is empty. Righty delivers. Rizzo makes the grab for the second out. Now it's the rookie first baseman.
The first baseman, Micah
Swing, and that ball smashed on a line. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. Well, here we go, top of the third, scoreless game. And now the Mets DH, Sam Huff. As the lefty gets to work, Gore, in his third season, he features a four-seam fastball, a curve, a slider, a changeup, and occasionally mixes in the slurve. Kelnick on the move, and he makes the catch. And there's one down. Here's Mike Trout. He's 1 for 1, led off the game with a single.
The center fielder, Mike Trout.
Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. Kelnick makes the grab, 2 down.
Just pulled off of it a little bit right there. That front shoulder coming open instead of staying closed. If he does that, he's going to be able to go up the middle the other way with some authority instead of a fly out to left.
Lopez in now, takes ball 1 off the plate. And that one pulled foul. The pitch. Line to left. And that is that. Back at Yankee Stadium, leading off, Randy Arozarena.
Randy Arozarena.
Silseth back to work. Outside. And that's ball 1. And that's in the dirt. Good hitters count the 2-0. Brown takes it in for the out. And there's one down. Here's Nick Madrigal.
The third baseman, Nick Madrigal.
On the ground to the left. Sends it to first. And there are 2 down. Back to the top of the Yankee order. And here is Derek Jeter. Double the lead off the bottom of the first. Out towards right center field. Makes his way towards it. Reaching for it and brings it in. Back now with the Subway Series. Start of the 4th, and here is Seth Brown. And the pitch. On the ground to third, and that one finds its way through. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Not much to this one other than just a willingness to go the other way and put the ball in play. That's a team at bat right there. Nice job of staying back.
Now this one's crushed down the line. Hooking, foul ball. And ball 1. Inside. Swung on, belted. That's got a chance. And caught on the warning track.
Now batting.
And here is Anthony Rizzo. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. On the ground right side, 4, 6. Out. to first, but it pulls him off the bag.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air, lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Smoked on the ground a second. That's the third out. Bottom of the fourth, here's Jared Kelly.
The left fielder, Jared Kelly.
Silson back to work. Misses the zone, and he gets him to chase.
0-1.
Well, right now, this battery is seeing the aggressiveness of the hitters early in the count and often. So, got to be real.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. And that baby's gone. A monster shot to right. It's 1-0.
That was one of those home runs where you really don't know if he got enough of it off the bat. I mean, he put a good swing on it clearly, but I wouldn't say he really got the sweet spot on the bat. The exit velo wasn't anything too impressive, but it had all it needed for him to circle the pillows.
And here's the catcher.
Ball
Pitch
one.
misses. Ball one.
Oh, you just got to delete it. You give up that leadoff home run, go back to work, focus on this next batter.
That one drilled left field. Brown going back onto the warning track, and he hauls it in. Adalberto Mondesi stepping in now for the Yankees. He's 0 for 1. That one blasted deep to right. That's back. Unbelievable! A home run! I don't believe what I just saw. I don't believe what I just saw. And stepping in for the Yankees, Justin Dean. And there's the strike.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Trout makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. We go to the top of the 5th, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Austin Wells. The pitch.
Well, after putting up a nice inning on offense, got some runs across, this is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning. Don't give that other team any hope. You just hope that he can get through this inning, get the bats back up there while they're hot.
Bounced up the middle. Newman tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down. And next for the Mets, David Hamilton. Grounded out his first time.
David Hamilton.
Line drive, base hit. Just kind of sliced that one into center.
Waste no time there. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Next is the designated hitter, Sam Huff. Runner on the go. Pitch misses.
He's
safe at second, and that was not close. And another ball. The Yankees leading by 2, and we're at the top of the 5th. Swing and a miss.
2-2 the count.
That misses the zone. 3-2 now. Line drive caught.
That swing right there tells me he's seeing the ball pretty well. I know it didn't produce a hit, but he made solid contact, and that's all you're looking to do anytime you're at the plate.
Foul ball there. Hamilton stands at second with 2 gone. In the air, out towards left center. He's got it, and that'll do it. Back now in the Bronx, and here's the first baseman, number 80. Singing 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game, and before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
So, man aboard. Here's the center fielder, Randy Arozarena. Flied to left his first time. Rizzo hauls it in, and there's one away. So up next, Nick Madrigal. 0 for 1. He grounded out in his first at bat.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2. When I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me, he said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
He's got it, and there's 2 away. So did Super Joe give you 2 suits?
Super Joe hooked me up with 2 suits.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now the shortstop, Derek Jeter, 1 for 2. And he's out on a tag. They don't come much closer than that. Bang, bang play to end the inning. Top of the 6th inning. Here's the second baseman, Otto Lopez. Lopez, 25 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And a pitch. Comebacker to the mound. Tosses to first. One up, one down. Seth Brown up now for the Mets.
The left fielder, Seth Brown.
On the ground, right side. A flip to the pitcher covering. And a couple of quick outs. Aaron Hicks at the plate. He's a guy who does it all. With the lack of contact in today's game, this guy hits for contact, so he delivers average, but there's on base and slugging too.
Early in the count, you have to be real careful because of that power, but then if this hitter gets a strike or 2 on him, he's still very comfortable, and because he has the ability to
on to first, and the Mets go 1, 2, 3. Well, we go bottom 6. Now, Jared Kellner.
The left fielder, Jared Kellner.
And a pitch. Trout on his horse. And it's caught for the out.
almost a loud start to the inning on that first pitch. Man, he's going to want that one back, no doubt.
Robinson.
Lopez hauls it in, 2 away. Next to hit, Adalberto Mondesi. He's already homered in this game.
Adalberto Mondesi.
Out there to center. Trout is there. And that is that. Back for more from the Bronx. Anthony Rizzo steps to the plate.
Anthony Rizzo.
Gore back to work. To the right side. Newman. The throw to first. That's the first out in the top of the 7th.
Good late bite on that slider. Got the hitter out in front, rolled over on it. Exactly what he was supposed to do.
Young.
On the ground to third. And it gets by him. Now he turns and heads for second.
He's safe.
The catcher, number 28. Austin
One down. Here's the catcher, Austin Wells. Up the middle. Throws to first in time. The tag gets him, and it's a double play to end the inning. Back in the Bronx, bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Justin Dean. And he deals. And that's down and away. The wind of the pitch. That one missing inside.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at-bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
That one's spoiled, and the count now 2-1. Out towards left center. Takes it in for the out. Now it's the second baseman, Kevin Newman. Up and in, 1-0.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Trout on his horse. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. 2 away. 2 outs. Base is empty. And now the first baseman.
Micah Priest.
On the ground to third. Throw on to Rizzo. That is the inning. Ready to begin the 8th. Now it's the shortstop, David Hamilton.
So what we're seeing is a lineup that's just out of sync with the pitcher. They're guessing wrong and their timing's off.
In there at the knees.
I really like how he's been attacking hitters early in at bats. He's thrown strikes on the first pitch to over 70% of the guys he's faced in this one.
Grabs it barehanded, and they get the out.
He had more time than he thought right there. Probably didn't have to barehand it, but he made it look nice, that's for sure.
Sam Huff up now for the Mets. That missed by a lot. And that's ball 1. This one in the air. Settles underneath it. Puts it away for the out.
Couple of pitches and a quick out.
Back to the top of the Mets order. Here's the Mets leadoff man, Mike Trout. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. In there at the knees. That's strike 1.
It really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to.
Newman to first in time. And it's a 1-2-3 inning.
Now pitching for the Mets, number 46, Trent Thornton.
Back in the Bronx. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
The center fielder, Randy Arozarena.
Here comes the pitch. Right through there for a strike.
0-1.
kicks and deals. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. The pitch. And a foul ball. He stays alive. Kicks and fires. Struck him out looking. Fastball at the letters, throws him for strike 3. And stepping in for the Yankees, Nick Madrigal. Rizzo makes the play, 2 away now. So the batting order turns over. Derek Jeter stepping in now for the Yankees. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, he gave up on that pitch early, and it ended up staying in the zone. I'm sure he's kicking himself and would like that pitch again.
Fouled back our way, and that's out of play. Hicks on the move. Brings it in for the 3rd out. All set to start the 9th in this one. And the batter now, Otto Lopez. And a pitch. And now the lefty. And a foul ball. Line drive, base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good. And now a chance to maybe get creative on offense with good speed on first.
Ground ball up the middle, and that one finds its way through. Throw back in quickly. 1st and 2nd now with nobody out.
2 consecutive base hits for this team. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach paying off.
Hicks stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. And the slider just misses.
Good spot for the hitter. Definitely has the advantage in this count with runners on. Look for him to be aggressive on this next pitch.
And that one fouled off. Just missed.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
Ripped on a line. And Hicks is out. And there's one away.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Rizzo swings through it for strike 1.
Knowing that the pitcher wants a ground ball double play opportunity here, you've got to lay off pitches down in the zone. Right there, swinging at that pitch, that's a no-no.
And that one missing low.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
And the infield fly is called. So last chance for the Mets. And next for the Mets, Jace Young. And he grounds one to the right side. Newman. Throw to first. Ball game. And the Yankees claim the win here behind some great pitching and defense. Gore gets his first big league win, and what a performance he put together to do it. Singing a complete game.
Feels like one of those outings you can only dream about. I doubt he went out there today thinking that he's going to go the distance, but he had it all working, and they let him finish the job.